From the murky waters of the sportsman's paradise, stories emerge. Stories of the generations of people who have shared in the bounties of the land. Stories of communities that have persevered through natural disasters. Stories of the abundance of fish, wildlife, and adventures that create an ecosystem rich in diversity. And from the silted banks of the mighty Mississippi to the soggy marsh bottoms, from the tops of towering pine forests to the depths of the salty Gulf, human and animal have shared this fortune for centuries. Enjoy these stories as told by outdoor journalists who travel across our state, documenting the adventure, sportsmanship, and heritage that make us Bayou Wild.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Bayou Wild TV. I'm Don Dubuque, along with the captain, Martha Spencer, and we're on the Tchefuncte River at Morton's Seafood Restaurant. A lot of folks coming by saying hello and enjoying some of this good lunch. Want you to come by and visit. Just check with Morton's and they'll tell you what our schedule is. What's on the show today?
It's a year in review. It's been a year already. So last week we took a look at my favorite segments and cooking segments and adventures we've been on, and there's been so many. Of course, Dom has his favorites too. So where are we going this week?
Well, we're going to go to the sanctuary. I know that was also one of your favorites too. Also, we had a very, very interesting frogging trip down in Kaplan, Louisiana. You're giggling. And, you know, how can you pass up the hog hunt? That's an all-time favorite. We also want to know what your favorite is. We've got a contest and we're offering prizes. Check it out on the Bayou Wild TV website or on Facebook.
So first we're going to head up to Woodville, or Woodville as most people know it as, Mississippi, for my first deer kill.
That's right, and the thing that make this one of my favorites was not so much what happened during the day, which was great. You got a beautiful deer, but the next morning, waking up to a snowstorm.
You don't get that every day in the South.
Especially in Woodville. Let's take you back there now, almost a year ago now.
Absolutely.
I think I can shoot that from here. Oh, wait, whoa. He's looking back. Oh, he's good looking. He looks like he could be the one. I think I missed.
I don't know.
Oh, look at that one. Look at that one all the way to the left. He's acting funny.
Yeah, looking wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going down. Oh, he's going down now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I think I was a little far off, maybe an inch or two off from what would have been a death shot, but I think I might have hit him in the bone, and that caused him to bounce a little bit. So that made it a little more of a challenge, and I think after that, any extra shots were probably just not good, because I just couldn't collect myself.
Wow. It was really hard because they were farther away than I was really ready to shoot.
It was really hard to tell how big he was when he was that far away. But once you get next to it, you can really appreciate how healthy they are out here. I wish I could have killed him a little bit faster, but I suppose that's not always the way it goes, and I'm very thankful for it.
Did it, Martha? Oh, look at this guy, huh? What do we got here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
We're not gonna count that one.
Nah.
Here we go. Here, 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 and here. And I did the blooding ritual really neat for you. Hey, what you think, guys? Way to go. Well, a perfect end to a perfect trip. Nice people. You bagged a trophy deer, your first. Congratulations. I'm super excited. I know you are too. But boy, to wake up to this when we're leaving, this is a real special treat.
It doesn't really feel like we're in Mississippi at this point. We're 7 miles from the Mississippi River. There's 3 inches of snow on the ground this morning.
Well, hopefully this kind of a thing will continue to happen throughout the season as you watch Bayou Wild TV. Closed captioning made possible by Ceto.com. Become a member. Discover the taste of Louisiana that's seasoned just right. boiled to perfection, and rich with tradition. A taste that's savory, crispy, and a little sweet. Discover the taste of Louisiana fish fry products. If you're lucky enough to bag a deer or a hog this season, bring it here to Double D. Double D processes hogs and exotic game and guarantees your product is always the meat you brought to Double D.
Double D Meats in Bogalusa, home of country smoked, spicy jalapeno cheddar, and other customized flavors.
Bring your deer or your hog here to Double D, where you always get your meat back in return. It's worth a drive to Bogalusa from anywhere. Double D. You know, Martha, we do a wide variety of outdoor stuff, and we go from the snowy fields up in Woodville, Mississippi, down to Kaplan, to the crawfish country and
Frogs.
frog country.
Well, Kaplan is right next to Rain, which is the frog capital of the world or the country.
They say world.
There's a lot of them. They're about as big as your arm, too. And they also can be a bit unpredictable. We took our photog Chris and his son Dean and his cousin Avery as well, and we had an absolute blast catching jumbo bullfrogs down in the crawfish ponds.
Ah, yes! Yes, baby, you are not getting away.
Man.
What's that? Said something about he's a prince, he wants a kiss. I think he's worth more to keep a talking frog. Yeah!
Maybe this is why Kermit sang "It Ain't Easy Being Green." Oh, he's a fat one. He just peed on me.
Whoa, whoa! The lunker!
As outdoor sports go, frogging's pretty simple. All you need is a basic fishing license. Remember, no firearms, a good hand or headlamp, a steady hand, and firm grip.
Martha really surprised me. You know, I thought she's not a girly girl type. She's pretty rugged, and I thought she would do well, but I had no idea how good she was going to be at grabbing those frogs. I think maybe she only missed one, and it was a really tough catch. She really excelled.
Yes, the mama!
Saved it!
The stud of the night! At 10:15 at night, Monday through Friday, I used to be wearing a dress, makeup, and standing on a green screen. 10:15 at night on a Wednesday, I'm out in a crawfish pond catching frogs, and I bet you can guess which one is a little more fun. And grabbing them, that's the easy part, right? Hey, look at look.
Look at that.
From his mouth to my, no!
And those frogs were delicious too, by
Fried
the way.
up. I think fried frog legs are better than chicken wings.
Oh,
So
definitely,
good. So
definitely.
good.
People always say, what do frog taste like? Like chicken? No, they taste like frogs. Chicken tastes like chicken.
Absolutely.
From frogs, we go to another one of my favorites, hog hunting down in St. Bernard Parish. And I think I enjoyed more watching you than killing the hogs.
I got a little Annie Oakley out there, and I didn't really know how to shoot an AR yet, but we managed to get it
So
done.
you saying that was a lucky shot?
Well, maybe the second or third, but
You decide. We
Yeah.
take it out now to Violet, Louisiana with Captain Ronnie Adams, hog hunting in the marsh.
to corral him a little bit, and he doesn't really have the endurance for these airboats, so we ran him down. The sport of hunting hogs from an airboat is an adrenaline-filled experience. But participating in this activity is not just fun and exciting, but also another step towards controlling the population.
We see a lot of damage in coastal areas, of course. Everywhere they root in that marsh causes damage, sometimes permanent, and we do see some of those areas near the Gulf where those areas where they root heavily turn to open water, so that's problematic.
They tear up a football field a day easy out here if you let them. You got to try to thin them out as much as possible. If you don't maintain 70% of the population, you're not even keeping them at equal.
The LSU Ag Center did a survey of agricultural lands and found.
So we went to Kaplan for the frogging episode, but before that we actually went out to do our very own crawfishing.
An excursion, and the thing about crawfishing, when you're catching them on your own, they're fresh. And those were the first ones we had of the season.
Probably the best I had all year, too.
Thank you. I bought those.
They were delicious.
It was a great trip. Again, we had some kids with us, and they learned a lot about crawfish, and it's always an education when you're down there with Mr. Toops. Let's take you back there now. Year in review, crawfishing. It's coming up soon, too.
Season 2, he made it through last year. He's darker. So some of the stuff I learned today about crawfish was pretty interesting, that they actually molt 12 to 13 times a year. Female crawfish can carry up to 500 eggs, and that's a good thing because we certainly eat enough of them around here. And also the water temperature kind of designates how fast they grow. So maybe they were a little smaller this year because we had such cold winters, but the size on them today looked pretty good. We threw back the small ones and took the big ones home.
People here are starting to notice us. When we opened 3 years ago, a lot of people said, you really think you're going to get people to come out here? And now I'm starting to get like weekend trips, local people coming, and they're doing like ladies' weekends and that type of stuff. This year I also was honored to pardon a crawfish with the Lieutenant Governor's office.
Oh, that's more than 40. That's like probably about 43 pounds, I'd say.
Hi, I'm Donnie Rouse. There are a lot of different reasons to shop at Rouse's.
It's the people. Everybody that works here is just so nice.
Our stores get deliveries 7 days a week.
They have such a wide variety at Rouse's. Everything's in stock. I mean, everything.
We use Rouse family recipes and ingredients found right here in the store.
It's the food. Rouse's food tastes like homemade.
And they're local.
Like us.
We also have great prices.
That's the difference Rouse's makes.
If you hunt or fish, you really need to check out 20echo.com. It's an app that you can take on the water or on the hunt. It logs all the information. It's got the date, the GPS location, tons of information to log your catch or kill. It's a great thing to have. Check it out at 20echo.com and you'll see it more on Bayou Wild TV.
Here's how I guarantee my crawfish taste great every time. I use what the pros use. I use Louisiana Fish Fry brand seafood boil. Why do the pros use Louisiana Fish Fry seafood boil?
Because, guys, it has more herbs and spices.
It has a much better flavor.
It's easy. Just pour and boil.
Louisiana Fish Fry brand seafood boil. Find the yellow bag, pour and boil for great crawfish every time. Crawfishing is certainly a lot of fun. I suggest you make a trip down there and do your own crawfishing. But something else we did, what a great hunt we had with Alan Mason.
Yeah.
You got deer hunts and, you know, getting trophy animals, but this one was really special.
It was super special. Alan had never shot a deer before, and his stepfather was overseas, and he didn't get to see the hunt, but he got to see the after product through the miracle of technology. So we got to get him his first buck, and you're going to see it coming up.
Wait, nope, he's 9.
He's got 4 on the left side.
Oh yeah, nope. He has 4 on the one closest to us.
Right, and then 2 in the middle, and then 4 on the other side.
Actually, it might be 10. About 10 does came back and forth and a couple bucks, but they kept moving and chasing the females and running behind trees.
With shooting hours nearing an end and daylight quickly creeping away, a young deer walked out that would present itself for Alan to take the shot.
See him run right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He ran in this way.
We didn't see him, it was too dark. We were looking for a trail and couldn't find it, and it just kept getting darker and darker. I still didn't think I hit it because there was no blood until like he ran like 30 yards.
We known at Bayou for helping get first deer kills, and I got to congratulate Alan here, 13 years old, finally got his first deer. It's a nice deer, Alan, very nice, and you made a good shot in some really low light conditions. We were losing light fast. You couldn't take as much time as you wanted, but you made a great shot.
I thought I missed him because he didn't bleed till he ran over in the woods.
You know, some of the favorites have a lot of humor in them, and I think the most humorous feature we had all year could have been with the retirement of Jim Henderson. A lot of people know him as the voice of the New Orleans Saints. He and sideline reporter Christian Garrett kind of getting the banner back
Blow
and
for
forth.
blow, blow for blow.
It was a lot of fun going down there with him, and we had a pretty good day fishing.
Yeah.
Jim's a good fisherman. We take you back now for some Saints Radio Network team fishing. Now, let me tell you, all season long, this team of Henderson and Garrett, boy, they've just been killing the competition. Look at this teamwork. One on the rod, the other on the net. I can't believe it. Garrett's losing the fish. No, he can't pull it off. Oh no, this is the chance of a lifetime. The fans have all been waiting on it. And the fish is now finally almost there. Can he do it? Yes, there is a God. They both teamed up to catch a monster redfish. Now, how hard can it be, huh? Do I get the job or not?
The teamwork in fishing, a little different than radio broadcasting, but if you saw the way we interacted today, as I was trying to net the fish for Jim, he wasn't very cooperative. He's much more cooperative on game day. He would have rather have me gone in the water than to boat that fish. He's got somebody under there putting fish on the hook for him. It's incredible. I had good sources telling me he was going to outfish everybody today, but we didn't expect this kind of.
First I retired from broadcasting, now I think I'm going to retire from fishing, Christian. I mean, there's no challenge.
You need to retire like now.
There's no challenge left to it.
5 casts, will have, I don't know, 2 more drum and a couple redfish, a trout. Why not? Maybe a shark.
You know what I'm most impressed about Christian as a fisherman? I think it starts with his attire. There's a confidence to his attire. I mean, anybody who buys his fishing clothes at Victoria's Secret is a man that is out here for a purpose, and that purpose is just to kill fish.
That's the attire. It's not about how you look, it's about how you fish.
Obviously, it's not about how you look. As if it were, he wouldn't have left the camp this morning. I think he dressed in the dark is what happened, and suddenly he found himself out here, and he's got on his girlfriend's pants by mistake. Nice, Christian. Ooh, doggy. Not all liars fish, but all fishermen lie. Another thing that never lies, yoga pants. Is he too big?
Oh, no.
Carry him like a football.
Nope. Come on, buddy. You come with me.
Fireman's carry.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Discover the taste of Louisiana that's seasoned just right. Boiled to perfection. And rich with tradition. A taste that's savory, crispy, and a little sweet. Discover the taste of Louisiana fish fry products.
Find out if alternative treatment is the answer to your pet's health issues. Contact Dr. G at vetnaturally.com.
Welcome back to our second show of our year in review. You know, we actually did make a dove hunt on opening day, and we did really well, but we didn't get that hunt on film, or at least show you a lot of it. We're going to show you a little bit more of that hunt and also the after product.
Yeah, John Foles, boy, what a job he did. How does he say that? He elevates game and fish. He elevated those doves to about 1,000 foot. We take you there now. Back cooking, year in review with Chef John Foltz at White Oak Plantation.
Small, and of course, with the small limit, you got to go 3 or 4 hunts to really get a mess, as we used to say. So you want to make sure that you're going to get a good finished product when it's done. So I'm taking those right here, and I'm going to just season these little doves. And you notice I'm not breasting them. That's the whole little bird. I have the wings and everything.
I see that, and even the neck.
That's right. So a lot of work went into making sure that people know we fooling with a dove here, not a little bat or something.
You got so much little meat there, you know, you can't waste a bit of it.
No, and you know what? I don't mind sucking that little wing
No,
bone.
no.
Now, Don, why don't you take them and roll them
Right.
out just in there, just kind of throw them in there and just kind of pitch them in, and you can roll them around with your spoon or fork. And I have a little oil here, and as you do that, I'm going to just shake off the excess, and I'm going to put them down breast side in that hot oil. And this is making the roux. The flour on the bird is actually going to be my thickening agent as well. Now, even though they're small, these little birds need a little time to braise, you know, they need to tenderize. They're not going to fall apart right away. You need to let them cook a little bit. So I'm taking them and shaking off that excess, as I say, and just browning them nicely. Now, I think personally, cooking doves quite a while. This is one of my favorite dishes. Just to slow braise them in a lot of seasonings with a nice little stock, and then to put them over a good base of jambalaya rice. I do a breakfast dish with this too. Braised dove on blue corn grits. Let me tell you what, you get a group of people here sitting overnight and serve them this, they love it.
You know, even though dove is wild game, it's a very delicate flavor, so you kind of got to be careful just to bring that flavor out and not cover it up.
Well, it's a sought-after flavor too. I mean, these are things that people aren't going to eat just every single day, and at the same time, you have to have a resource to get them.
I like to call it. Chef, in place of doves, if you don't have doves or you get some other upland game birds, will this recipe work the same?
Oh, this is perfect for woodcock. Even the small like teal or something like that. I love quail this way as well. A lot of people just want to roast a little quail. I like to pot roast anything. The moisture stays in, and with game birds or any type of game in general, moisture is important. So to do these slow braises like this, just fantastic. Look what it looks like when it's done.
Look at
Imagine a little jambalaya in the center, or a little pasta even in the center.
What's the lifespan on something like that on a Cajun table? Not long, huh?
I would say about the same amount of time it takes to see the darkness when you drop the light switch at midnight. About that from light to dark, that's about how long. And look, that's one that you take by the bone and just suck it off of the bone.
One of our earlier episodes, we went out to White Oak again for the boucherie, basically the hog slaughter, celebration, and use of all things hogs. Chefs from around the world, not just the country, were invited, and they cooked a lot of their original dishes from home. In fact, I remember eating raccoon for the first time at this.
Yeah, it was rooster and coon stew.
Absolutely.
That was our friend David Hubble. And we take you back there now for one of those features. You know, we didn't really do any hunting or fishing. It's part of culture and heritage, though, and everyone enjoyed it, and I think you will too.
Hands-on learning experience, you get to really see how the cuts, where they come from, how the dishes are made, in each different cut of the hog. How do you butcher it? How do you clean that hog? You know, so it's just kind of keep people in touch with their food.
We're proud of our tradition. We want the world to know it. The chefs and the butchers today, I think we have about 26 states represented here. Imagine that. Just to be here, not only to network, but to really, just get into the old traditions that we in Louisiana are really proud of.
There's no better place to witness the creative mind of a chef than at a boucherie. And when you start to combine different cultures, what you get is an eclectic mix of culinary traditions that are sure to satisfy every inch of your taste buds.
Backbone stew starts with a traditional roux. We use hog lard and flour, almost equal parts. You drop in your Trinity and your stock. And this time, what Lou did is he browned all the backbone and took the meat off. And now we've added the actual backbones to there to get all the marrow out. Then once all the marrow's out, then we're going to take all the bones out so you don't have to fight the bones. And then we'll add all the meat.
It's really funny. There's another farmer here. His name's Felix Flores. He's of Latino descent, Mexican descent. and he lives in Houston. And so they do the Montanza, which is like more of a Spanish version of a boucherie. And in South Carolina, we have a lot more English and Dutch. You know, whereas they do the hogshead cheese here, we have hash in South Carolina, which is with rice. A lot of the things that are being produced are very similar. Utilizing the whole animal from different cultures. Everybody's done it differently, but the same.
I love the boucheries, just because you got people from all over coming here to enjoy food, fellowship, beverage, to get together and enjoy each other's company. I was in Israel earlier in this past year, and there was a Jewish guy, a Muslim guy, and me standing there, and he's like, how about this? We're all standing here having a beverage and talking barbecue. So it brings people together.
In addition to all the pork fixings, a lot of times you had stations where you had people feeding those working on the pig. So this was one of the side dishes, I guess, that they made to feed the crews as they were working along. These particular, I think you can do raccoon several different ways, but in this case, both the raccoon and the rooster had been previously smoked. I think there are a lot of them are surprised the last couple of years who've tried it, because it's really not as strange as they think it is. You could try it right now if you'd like.
All right, let's give it a shot. C'est bon.
We're here at White Oak Plantation, enjoying the feast of the boucherie.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Donnie Rouse. There are a lot of different reasons to shop at Rouse's.
It's the people. Everybody that works here is just so nice.
Our stores get deliveries 7 days a week.
They have such a wide variety at Rouse's. Everything's in stock. I mean, everything.
We use Rouse family recipes and ingredients found right here in the store.
It's the food. Rouse's food tastes like homemade.
And they're local.
Like us.
We also have great prices.
That's the difference Rouse's makes.
Discover the taste of Louisiana that's seasoned just right. Boiled to perfection. Enriched with tradition. A taste that's savory, crispy, and a little sweet. Discover the taste of Louisiana fish fry products.
You know, I can't believe a year has gone by already, and we really have only scratched the surface on all the fun things to do out here. We want to thank everybody who's tuned in over the past 12 months and picked up and followed along with our adventures. We have several more of them coming up next season, but our next episode next week, we're going to take a look back at a few more of our favorite things and do a little holiday celebration.
Including some bloopers, and that might be your favorite feature just when you see those.
Not everything goes as planned with television, but we invite you to come back every week, Thursdays at 7 on CST. Come visit us at Morton Seafood Restaurant and check out our show on YouTube. We also have merchandise for sale. You can get one of those awesome hats, a shirt like this at shopsft.com.
Not too late for those Christmas gifts. And speaking of Christmas, we got a couple of special holiday features that have been going down through the years. We'll show you those on next week's Bayou.